Liftoff.
Hey everybody, welcome to Weekend Confirmed Question of the Week with me, Garnett Lee. Hope you are already watching Shack News Daily. We would love to have you subscribe to that. That is on the Shack News Game channel. And, of course, Weekend Confirmed, you should be listening to that. Special guest Adam Sessler in the studio with us today for tomorrow's show. Here's what we got coming up for the question this week. It's from BC Game Guide, who asks, after motion control and 3D runs cold, what do you see as the next big thing in gaming? All right, and you got that question to us on Twitter, where you can get your questions to us. All right, so next big thing. Well, we could go off on that, and I think there are some silly things that we could postulate about, but I want to say this, actually. I don't think anyone's gotten motion control completely right yet, and that is why I think it is still the big thing, and it's the big thing to get right. So look, Kinect has really been, I think, to all of us who wanted to see it used deeper in more, I should say, I was going to say real, but that's not really what I want to say, more gamers games, a disappointment, right? We've seen what's happened with Steel Battalion, unfortunately, but there are some things that we like. We like voice control, although we need it with less latency, right? We need, if you're going to use voice control in a game, it's got to be like shotgun and not shotgun. That's not going to work. It's got to be shotgun, right? You got to have that right away, so you got to get that part down. And then for motion control, we need something that works, you know, one-to-one and is very quick and responsive and isn't using up part of the processing power on our console. So that kind of knocks Kinect out right there. And then furthermore, we've got to be better at thinking about using this as a piece of the design tools that a studio has when they're making a game. And I think we all thought that this was going to happen way too fast. It's only been 6 years now since the Wii came out, and the Wii was just the first baby steps of this thing, and you have to hold this controller in your hand, and then it's got the bar you got to set up, right? And so you have this whole system, and then once you do, you had this moderate fidelity setup, and then they added the Wii Plus, and they were still working out the kinks in the hardware, right? And they're having the same thing here with Kinect, where we've heard about the supposed specs of the next Xbox with a more powerful Kinect involved, and you know, maybe it's doing its own processing. So bottom line is, I think the next big thing is still the big thing right now, and that is great motion control, and then designers incorporating it with some skill and polish into games to where we get away from, oh look, I can play frisbee golf because I can throw a frisbee, but real interactions. And I think that that's still something we have to explore. I don't have a magic answer for what that is, but I know that when I start to do it, when it starts to capture that elusive Minority Report feel, that is when we'll have that as the next big thing, and that's when we'll see what really comes on with motion control. All right, folks, that's it. Hope you enjoy the show. We got a good one coming up for you, so do subscribe to us on iTunes or your favorite RSS feeds, and we will be back next week.
We're going to talk about it as a controller because that's what it really is.
Yeah, of course, I've already got it all figured out up here. I've got my main character. His name is...
how much they like to kind of hide under this, this umbrella of whimsy.
Trademarked, yeah, how could I do that? And then, of course, the setup is that
with the Wii, when everyone really has kind of wised up this
keep in mind that I like
concept doesn't translate necessarily into practical application in video games. And I think it really continues here.